From WLWT, this is Issues.
Hello everyone, I'm Courtis Fuller and welcome to Issues. Today we have a lot to talk about. As you know, this weekend we are welcoming everyone who is in town for the music festival, and hopefully you are enjoying yourself. And that's where we're going to begin, because there is a young lady who took part in an event. It was a talent competition, very similar to America's Got Talent, but it was done locally. I guess about 200 people participated in this. And so let me bring in and welcome Chandler Carter.
Hi.
And welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Now tell me a little bit about this, because this took place a couple of months ago, or within the past couple of months. Talk about how many people were involved and how you got involved in it.
So there was about 200 people that entered, and they narrowed it down to the top 10. And then from there, we had to kind of market ourselves and get the popular vote, as well as be selected by the 2 celebrity judges. One of them was Kem, who is, all over the radio. So that was awesome that he even just thought about my music being good. So I found out about it on Facebook, actually. A friend of mine tagged me in a post and said, you should check this out. So I was like, all right, cool. I read about it and I was like, okay, let me try. So I woke up, probably the earliest I've ever gotten up by myself. And and I went and I asked my dad to record me singing my song. So he took about 5 takes, and I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm not happy with these. Went back to bed, and then woke up, kind of was scrolling through my phone, and I found footage from a previous show I'd done where I was singing my song, and I was like, let me just go with it. Wow. And I submitted it, and I only did like a 1-minute clip, and so I submitted that and didn't really expect anything to come from it, just because it was so, kind of candid, and here I am.
Yeah. Well, I should ask you about your background. You graduated from Mount Notre Dame
Correct.
High School, and then University of Cincinnati.
Yes,
recently.
this past December I graduated.
And your major there?
It was psychology, and then I have a certificate in forensic populations.
Why not major in music? That was one of the things I'd asked you.
I mean, I kind of wanted to keep music and school separate, just so, I didn't feel like music was gonna, I didn't want it to turn into something that I had to do. Because I think as soon as I do that, it's gonna kind of take the fun away from it. Mm-hmm. And right now I'm just really enjoying myself with the music and everything, and then I kind of have like a side job. But nothing, I haven't, gotten a job in psych yet, but it's always there.
And I should point out that in addition to winning, you got a chance to perform at the Jazz Festival.
Yes.
2 nights that you actually performed there, and so that in and of itself is exciting. But I want to talk about a special project that you've been involved in, a very serious issue. You did a song about anti-bullying. Talk a little bit about that.
So back in high school, I think it was either my junior or senior year, I recorded a song called Go Easy. And it was kind of back when the whole bullying issue kind of became global and people started paying attention to it. And so I was kind of like, all right, well, what can I do to help? And I had heard stories from family members and friends about things in school going on, and I was like, what's a way that I can kind of, like do my part in portraying the message and then also making people feel good. And so I came up with this song, and I worked with a guy out in Fairfield at his studio, and he had experiences with bullying, so we kind of were able to put some emotion into this song and just, kind of let everything out. And I've gotten contacted from people, and they're like, you know what, I like how raw and real this is. And so I was like, good, that's what I was trying to get through. So
Excellent. So what's next for Chandler?
Man, I've been working on a project. It's kind of an acoustic R&B feel. Probably 4 or 5 songs, because I don't like to sit and write. So I kind of just let the process go. So if I think about it, I've probably written like 1 song every year. Oh, okay. But I mean, it works. So I hope to release that end of summer, and if not, then probably fall.
And what will winning, how do you think winning will propel this talent competition How do you think that will propel your?
So personally, it kind of reassured myself that you can do this. Like, this is actually something that could happen. You know, it's not just something that I can do as a side hustle, but something I can really kind of go for. And then, like, professionally, it takes me to that next step of moving from singing at local kind of bars and things like that to actual crowd, like huge crowds and stages. Or even if that's opening for someone who's on tour, or if that's, you know, even myself just selling out a little, you know, like dive bar or something like that, then, I mean, it's just endless opportunities. Like, I get to network with, like, Mary J. and Usher, and I'm sitting here like, who am I? Like, this is happening.
That's good.
So
that's good. And so, who inspires you? Who do you listen to? And who do you model yourself after? If you had to pick someone.
Definitely the late Amy Winehouse. I loved her style of music. Yeah. It was smoky. It was real. It was raw, and she didn't try to kind of fit into. Because I mean, like, who else out there sounds like that, or makes music like that? So I was like, kind of, you know, musically, let me try and get into her music and get into her style. And, you know, as I started studying her, it kind of just fell together. And then I found other artists like Sella Sue, and who kind of took her style and, you know, made it her own. And I was like, okay, so how can I take this style, make it my own? Wow. And that's how the acoustic stuff came to play. Because you don't really see much of, you know, like, you see acoustic performances, but it's often like pop or country or things like that. And especially in Cincinnati, I've been seeing as well a move from, you know, rapping to beats to rapping to acoustic. And I think it just allows people to connect with the artist more, because, you know, it's more intimate, and it makes it that much of a difference.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm happy for you that you entered and of course that you won. And so I look forward to hearing more things from you. That's great. That's great.
Thank you so much.
All right. We will be back in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Courtis Fuller. You see this trophy up here. I wish I could tell you that was my trophy because I hit 3 home runs. I love baseball. But this is the trophy for the Madisonville Braves. We'll talk a little bit more about this, but I want you to meet Jesse Jenkins and also John Douthit. And first of all, welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Tell people about the Madisonville Braves if they're not familiar with this youth team and what this is all about.
All right. Well, the Madisonville Braves is an organization that began in 1981. And it just gives the people of Madisonville and the community the opportunity to play baseball throughout the spring and the summer. It was first thought of and pioneered by a gentleman who's the president, whose name is Lorne Starkey. And I, along with Coach Jesse, started coaching around 6 or 7 years ago. And we started with the guys when they were just 6 years old. And now they're 13. And as you mentioned, they're the first African-American team that has won the Naho tournament at 13 years old.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
Isn't that something? And you said there are about a dozen kids on the team. Tell me about the kids and you know, so much is talked about baseball and how it's sort of left many African American neighborhoods. I mean, I grew up and it was all about baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But that's a little different. So I'm happy to hear you guys doing it. Tell me what it means to the kids.
To me, it means a lot. Like you said, there's not a lot of baseball in the black community. You know, a lot of kids want to do football, or especially basketball. But John and I try to stress, you know, it's about lifestyle and making life decisions also. You know, so we try to teach that with the kids. You know, be good and, you know, listen. You know, and try to mentor the kids also. So
I told you that, you know, actually, I didn't want to be here. I wanted to be playing baseball. I wouldn't be playing baseball now, but But I mean, I dreamed about being a baseball player. Did you guys play baseball? And tell me about your dream in baseball.
Yes, sir. Well, like he said, it started back in about '81 with Lonnie Starkey, and my dad also coached baseball, so I just kind of inherited, you know what I'm saying. And then Coach Buddy, he asked me to join him. He was in it before I was, and my son was actually playing for the rival neighborhood, you know. And so he said, "I need you and your son to come join." And ever since then, we've been pretty much successful. So I'll give all
So you were
much
out
credit
there
to John.
recruiting.
I was trying to field the best team possible.
That is fantastic. Talk a little bit about knothole baseball. You know, back in the day, we heard a lot about knothole, and it still exists. And so talk a little bit about it.
Knothole is the oldest baseball organization for youth. And I know there's a lot of many different facets of baseball that can be played now, but knothole gives kids a tremendous opportunity to compete, to get better, and I'm just happy to be a part of the Braves organization. And like Coach Jesse mentioned, it's about life for me. So I may get on a kid about a particular play in the game, but after the game, I will talk to them and say, hey, you know, decisions can ultimately decide which way you're going to go in life. And so for me, it's not only, of course I want to win, but as long as I can look up in a few years and see my guys doing something with themselves, that is really what I'm in it for.
I know that sometimes sports gets a bad rap. A lot of craziness goes on. I grew up, my idol was Roberto Clemente.
Okay.
So, you know, here was a guy on the field and off the field. I mean, someone you could look to. And so there are some players out there, past and present, that players can look to. I was thinking about someone like Barry Larkin. Here's a kid, he's a grown man now, obviously, but a guy who grew up here in Cincinnati, played for the Reds, sort of did all the right things.
Right.
Good role model.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, I'm really, really proud of my guys. To be the first team to do something like what they did is no small feat. And they don't really understand what they've done, which is ironic. It's like we try to tell them and they're like, well, it's good, right? I said, it's fantastic. You know, you literally made history out here, so you should be proud, and that's something that they will never forget. And I was just glad that myself and Coach Jesse were able to be a part of it.
Now, I know he was recruiting you.
Yes, sir.
So talk about the parental involvement, because it's one thing to focus on young people, but the parents still need to be involved. And I think sports, one of those ways they can do that.
Yeah, and like, you know, we do have parent support, and we encourage parent support. But, you know, also there's kids out there who don't have both sides of the family. So Coach and I, you know, we try to take that role as much as we can, you know. We love all our kids, and we treat all our kids like they was ours. Right. You know, we don't separate individuals, you know. If it's my son out there, I'm getting on my son, or if it's his son, or like I said, we all treat them the same. You know, we love all the kids the same. There's no special kid. We don't show no favors to anybody, you know. So, like we said, and we also, besides baseball, you know, we do other things outside, such as take them to the show or take them like to eat, or just different things, you know, like, or maybe even take them out of town to different tournaments, you know, try to get the kids different experience besides just in the neighborhood, you know.
Absolutely.
Things of that sort.
Well, that's good stuff. Where do you guys normally play? What's your home field? Where is that?
We play at Stewart Park in Madisonville, which is right next to where the Madisonville Recreation Center is. So for
That's
anyone,
a nice field, actually.
Oh yeah, and if anyone want to catch some good baseball, we're out there from April to around June.
April, okay. Yeah. I'm going to check it out next year, and I look forward to meeting all the guys. We're going to set that up where I get a chance to meet them. I am just real proud of them, and you know, we wanted to spotlight them because so often you don't hear this story about young people just having fun and being kids, you know.
Yes, sir.
And again, their age for this tournament was right about 13.
It's 13.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
keep us posted for their future success.
We sure
the champs.
will. That's right. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take another break, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Courtis Fuller. This next program is one of my favorite programs, seriously, throughout the city. It's an inspiration because it's working with young people. It's called the Imani Family Center, and here with me is Shirley Stevens and Rachel Brown. And first of all, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us.
Let's start by telling people a little bit about Imani, and then we'll talk about a program coming up in a week or so.
Okay. Imani was an idea of mine. I worked for Cincinnati Public Schools as an administrator, and once I retired, I still saw a need to help the children in the community that we had worked in, and felt that we could help by assisting them with homework after school. So we opened a center, and the children came to the center, which is on Mulberry Street, and we started helping them with their homework. After that, we also did a 10-week day camp each summer. And so we had about 20 kids that showed up.
10 week?
About 10 week, yes, the whole entire summer, to help them. Many times during the summertime, there's a learning loss that kids experience. So this helped to prevent that learning loss from them. So in the mornings, we would provide reading and math, and then in the afternoons, we'd go to the resources within the community, and we would walk everywhere we went. They walked to swimming, they walked to the library. We partnered with the Taft Historical Site up the hill from us, and we'd walk up there. And so the kids thoroughly enjoyed it, and that was 10 weeks of fun activities in addition to academic support throughout the whole summer. So the parents appreciated it, and the kids, after walking for a while, they kind of appreciated it as well. So it was a great experience, and we were able to do that. After that, we went into the schools and started tutoring, because we also provided tutoring. And then once we got into, I think it was Taft Elementary School is where we started the tutoring. The principal then asked if we would provide an after-school program. And that's kind of how we got started in the after-school business. And from there, we've kind of just grown. And we've been in several schools.
And Rachel, what does it mean to the young people to have this after-school opportunity?
It's an incredible experience, I think, for the children, the staff, everyone, because we are very family oriented there. And with the after school program, we're a nonprofit 501c3, Ohio Department of Job and Family Services licensed. And we provide program Monday through Friday. The students come in, they receive a snack, they do physical fitness for 30 minutes, they receive an hour of academics and literacy and math, and then they get 2 enrichment activities before receiving dinner and going home. So with our enrichment activities, we provide them so much, from gardening and gardening classes with our rooftop garden. We do social emotional development, entrepreneurship classes. We provide them with so much to really truly enrich the whole child, and not only gear them toward the path to success, but help them to stay on the path to success. And they love it.
Now, you guys do this all the time. I think when people hear this, I mean, it's amazing. Because first of all, for them to have that opportunity,
Absolutely.
and the fact that there is that need, I think sometimes we take for granted that there is this need. Because how many kids are you guys serving on average?
We are servicing, so as of last year, we serviced 90. We had to go down due to our grant funding decreasing, but usually 125 students in our after-school program. And we are currently operating in Rothenburg Preparatory Academy and Over the Rhine, and Woodford, Padea, and Kennedy Heights.
Wow. And the age, what are the ages for the kids in the after-school program?
Kindergarten through 6, so 5 to 12.
Right.
And we also have a preschool, extended day preschool program at Rothenburg as well that assists the kids in learning, giving them additional time to get the skills they need to be successful.
And that's the age that they
yes,
really need.
Absolutely.
They need the attention.
They do.
And it pays off in big ways.
They do.
So
and we love them, and the families feel that. And we also support the parents as well through workshops and their participation in our programs.
That's a great age.
Yes.
I mean, when kids can be kids.
It really is.
I was thinking about the baseball program we were talking about, you know. That's just a fun time. Kids are so overwhelmed by stuff they shouldn't be overwhelmed by all the time. So
And that's our goal, to provide them a safe environment where they can grow and just really be great.
And experience in arts enrichment that they would not
Yes.
normally receive. And
Yes,
so
we have a strong foundation in cultural and language,
Yes.
just exposing them to all different areas of the world. So it's not just the confines of their neighborhood.
foreign language and all that good stuff.
Oh, excellent.
That's great.
So talk a little bit about what's coming up on August 12th and how people can.
Oh yeah, we're excited about August 12th.
So
This is our 7th year of our Imani Fest,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a time that we can give back to the community. We started on Mulberry Street. We shut the street down and then provide backpacks for the school kids. We'd have vendors that came in and provided information to the families about employment, about health awareness, about eating healthy. We also provided music, entertainment. There's a piece of entertainment. The kids played games and that kind of thing. So we started on Mulberry Street for 2 years, and then the principal at Rothenburg heard about it and invited us to come down there. And it's every year, it's just growing. I think last year we gave them about 500 or 600 book
Backpacks.
bags.
And the best part about this is it's free. Everything is free.
Yes.
So come down for
I need a
fun
book bag.
games. Yes. And not only book bags, but backpacks filled with supplies.
That's
so
right.
all of this is free food, free games,
Yeah.
resources for the community to help parents be prepared for the school year and just prepare for their own lives. So it's an awesome event. August 12th, 12 to 4, come down. You won't
Volunteer.
be disappointed. You can volunteer, anything like that. We're always looking for donors, sponsors, volunteers. So,
And we have wonderful partners. The University of Cincinnati
Everybody.
Freshman Orientation Office collects school supplies for us, and they donate a tremendous amount. But we most certainly need more book bags and school supplies. And volunteers.
And volunteers,
Come and
yeah.
volunteer.
many volunteers
Yes,
as we can
it's
get.
possible.
Yes.
The Children's Hospital is a partner. Beach Acres is a partner.
Wow.
So we still have room
Of
for.
course, Rothenburg.
Yes,
and,
Rothenburg is our partner.
Amberson,
Yes,
Simpson.
and they're actually going to launch their program focus this year.
Yes, which is entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship and
Wow.
enterprise.
So August 12th,
12
to 4.
Free.
Yes.
Everything is free.
I
Come
look
on
forward
out.
to it.
Yes, please stop by.
Yeah, I will. Well, thank you very much. For
Thanks
stopping
for having us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Our
All right,
pleasure.
we're going to take a final break and back in a minute. You know, I enjoyed today's program. Anytime you can talk about young people doing great things, and that's what this program was all about. So thanks for joining us. Don't forget August 12th, the Imani Fest. So have a nice day, everyone.